Hello beautiful people, my name is Zanele. If you are coming across this YouTube channel for the first time, welcome. Why don't you subscribe? You won't regret it. If you are a return subscriber, I really do appreciate all your efforts and your time, data that you're spending watching my videos. To all the new subscribers, thank you so much for choosing to subscribe to this channel. And to my day one subbies, my day one supporters, you guys are gold, you guys are platinum, you are a rare find, you are precious stones to me. Thank you so much for your constant support. I would like to address another issue, a very sensitive issue that involves a lady called Zanele Sifuba. Yes, Zanele Sifuba is a lady that is a speaker in the Free State Parliament. She's a speaker there. You won't believe when I tell you that when I decided to just Google her, and I was just Googling how old is Zanele Sifuba. Yo. So much information came up, and it is information that is updated today. It is updated. You can see it's fresh. Everything is fresh. Like, guys, hey. Okay, fine. Let's start here. Let's talk about how old is Zanele Sifuba, or let's rather start with who is Zanele Sifuba. Zanele Sifuba is a highly qualified politician who is performing in the top position in the Legislative Assembly of the Free State. She works as a speaker and coordinated the law in the assembly. And she's also said to have given the speech, the budget speech in the Free State many times before. Fine, I've got her pictures here, which I'll also upload. And then coming to, I don't want to get to her biography. I want to come to her full names. Her full names are Zanele Beauty Sifuba, and not much is known after that. I discovered that the only thing that Google can talk about is her Nigerian boyfriend. While I was trying to find out if she is married, because I wanted to establish if she is married, if she's a mother, she has kids. It seems she is such a private person to a point where even Google doesn't know exactly how many children she has. They are assuming that she has 3 daughters and 1 son. And it's a great assumption. They are assuming that she is married, even though they are clearly stating that she has never shared a picture of her husband or anything like that. The only thing she last updated in 2013 or 2014 was a picture of the children, the 3 children. So everything is unknown. The only thing that they know for sure is that she is a Christian, she is South African, she is African, and then the mother, not known. The father, not known. The sister, not known. The brother, not known. Only a name of one girl, which I'm not going to post, that is associated to have been maybe her daughter. Fine. Why did I go that? I was trying to find out what was happening, because I think most of the people would know that by now. There are pictures, very intimate, not just pictures but video. Let me say there is a video of sexual nature that has leaked into Twitter. It has been leaked. And then it has been leaked, and then it is said that it was leaked by a Nigerian boyfriend. But it doesn't look like the first person that has posted it on Twitter is Nigerian. Fine, let's forget about that. Now, let's talk about this. This has brought Twitter to a standstill while arguing about whether it was right of her or not. Many are expressing their dismay about that video based on her age. That's number one. The others here would look also into the status of her status in society, which is a member of parliament. And then there is a sector of people that understands that no, she is human, she is a woman that is still sexually active. That is not a problem that she was doing what she was doing. Unfortunately, she was violated by the person that she was doing that with. Now, my take comes here. I have a video that I made earlier on talking about sexuality. Let's talk about sexuality in adults. People think there is an age where you wake up and feel like, no, I'm no longer a sexually active person. People feel like there is an age where you wake up in the morning and like, oh, today I'm turning 40. No more sex for me. Oh, today I'm turning 50. No more sex for me. There is no such. Guys, particularly you young people, you've got a lot to learn. A human being is made in a way that is very mysterious. Yes, there are people that lose sexual desire at some point and it does not even go forever. It becomes a certain period of time, and most of the time it's because of medical reasons or psychological reasons, but it's never permanent. Hence, you would find that there could be 8-year-old women who are cheated by these young boys, and then they get sexually active with the young boys. They end up marrying them and so on. It's because they are sexual beings. Hello, women are sexual beings, and there is no the age. There is no age that is like marked for the end of sexual activity for humans. Just because at some point we get like we feel like we have to respect the young ones does not mean that we have stopped having sex, and it does not mean that we no longer have sex desires. It does not. Now, I'll tell you how society is twisted when coming to sexuality of women in particular. Let's start there. If you are a girl and you express how much you enjoy sex, you are called a slut. If you are a woman, you enjoy how you express how you enjoy sex, you are called a slut. So in this society, particularly a black society, we have a problem of accepting sexuality for women. I'm coming to age later. I'm just focusing on gender for now. Women are not allowed to express their sexuality. That's number one. Finish. Whoever expresses their sexuality openly, then they are named. And they are named all the horrible names. Fine, let's move on. Let's come to age. I repeat again. There is no time at which you wake up one day and you feel like, I am no longer a sexual being. My sex desires stop here. Even for many people whose sexual desire had stopped for a certain period of time, took time to notice because they were engaged with something at the time. Sometimes when you are dealing with a lot, then the sexual desire would go, not because naturally it has gone, but only because your mind and your body are fixated on the issue at hand at the time. there is no time at which a person wakes up in the morning and it is marked the last day of their sexuality or their sexual desires. There isn't such a time. That's number one. Number two, as we grow older, we've got many issues that we're dealing with. Among the issues that we're dealing with, it could even be the relationships. Many people my age are no longer with their partners that they had when they were young. Take for me, for example, I'm no longer with my husband that I was married to for 15 years. So does that mean I'm no longer a sexual being just because my marriage ended in divorce? Never. The body does not even know divorce, what that is. And then you Christians, you come up. Here you are again telling all the women that, hey, you cannot masturbate. You cannot masturbate because... And then you ask people, where is that verse that says that? It's not in the Bible. All the Christians and their pastors have decided at some point that a certain verse of the Bible should be turned into, no, this one talks about masturbation. There is no word masturbation in the Bible. It does not exist. Ayiko. And all the other words are there. So God must be very, 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 very foolish. And you people know so much. You know too much. That you have to twist God's word into some of the words. No. This one, he made a mistake. Actually, here, he wanted to talk about masturbation. Now, such things are contributing a lot into when people are going through separations, when people are going through divorce. Remember, the sexual desire didn't go anywhere. And then, now, here is this one. You are going to hell if you're going to masturbate. You are going to invite the evil spirits if you masturbate. You are going to end in hell. You are going to die. God is going to punish you for masturbating. And then, now you end up having to find relationships to close the gap because the body says, remember, the body has got to have what we call oxytocin. Oxytocin is a natural hormone that is in the body that gets excreted and distributed in the body through sex. So now that you do not have, the body depletes, gets lower, your sexual urges go up, hence you end up having sex dreams. Guys, there is no such a thing as having a sex dream is spiritual husband. I did ask, who married you to that person? Who married you to that dream person? Because for a person to be a man, your husband, they must have been married to you. For a person to be a wife, they must have been married to you. Who married them with you? These pastors, they are teaching people so much wrong things. Now, it's better that you don't masturbate, and because you do not masturbate, then you end up falling prey to whoever the first person that comes, because they get you, they find you vulnerable. And by the way, the Bible is clear on sex before marriage. That one is clear. Now, that is being disregarded. God did not mince his words when he came to that. But no, that is the one that, no, let's push this one away. That one, no, you cannot masturbate. You're calling the evil spirits. You're calling the spiritual husbands. You're calling the spiritual wives. You're calling... Guys, everybody that told you that, they told you that so that they can take advantage of you in your vulnerability. And then God says, no sex before marriage, no sex outside marriage. That one is so misguided and misdirected. No one wants to believe that. No one wants to listen to God when he says that. Now, people are getting into relationships. Some of the relationships that people get into are so toxic. And by the way, hello, we are older. And at our age, many people are now settled in their relationships. They are mothers, they are fathers in their relationships. There is an imbalance of people that are our age that are available. You either get a man that is, oh, guys, don't be surprised. I get sweaty here. I told you Messina is very, very, very hot, and I could not record this video with a fan on because now it was going to affect the sound. I'm trying to keep the sound at a minimum. That is why. Now I'm saying, at our age, 40s, 50s, 60s, there are less men who are our age that can satisfy our needs there. Hence, there is a growing phenomenon of Bentens that are trying to get into women's lives because they do know the desperation that is there. They do know that there is a gap there. There is a chance that this woman may be single. And if she is, it's difficult for her to get a partner her age. And that's where the danger is. Now, coming back to Zanele Sifuba's case. Now, she got involved with a wrong person, obviously, a young person that happens to be not of this country. And guys, that person comes from a country that we do know have got many people who are troublesome. So she let me say she entertained this guy. And you know, when a person comes with the intentions of you know, if they come in with wrong intentions, they are clear on their intentions, born on their side. They are going to make extra efforts on everything. Definitely, this guy knew what he was doing because he is said to have done exactly the same to another lady. Like Zanele was. This guy was very clear on his intentions. He made sure he gets Zanele where he wanted her. And she did not see it coming. I swear to you, he must have made sure he takes measures for her to trust him with her life, with her body, with her everything. I doubt this was just a one incident thing. This was not. This was a build up. It comes from somewhere. For her to be at that stage where she felt comfortable to a point where she felt she can trust this guy. There are so many things that this guy have planted along the way to get her to that point. Unbeknownst to her, she was going to be exploited. This guy was going to ask for 300,000. This guy has done this to someone else. That someone else did not say anything. You know why? Because it is regarded as disgusting. That's number one. And she was shy about it. It's difficult to say, hey, you know, this guy has done this to me. And because she did not say anything, because we understand her reasons of not saying anything, and she gave that guy the money, it was then easier for this guy to do the same, to target another person of the similar category. And he knew that they're not gonna talk, because such things, like, guys, for real, if he did not expose Zanele Sifuba the way he did, we would never have found out that there was such an incident, number one, and that there was also what do you call this, when a person is forcing you to take out money, that he was blackmailing her, we would never have found out. And he was extorting money. There was extortion and blackmail. We would never have found out. And maybe there would have been a third person that falls into the same trap. And it is possible that actually it ended with Zanele Sifuba. It is very possible that this guy has done this so many times before. That's why he got so irritated, because he feels entitled. I've done this before and I've been paid. How come you do not pay? I'll teach you a lesson. That was his attitude. So now back to my view. Would I do that? I'm not comfortable. Maybe the way I don't feel confident with my body is helping me. Maybe I would not say no, that's foolish. I would never say that, because the way people are doing it, even the children are doing it. The 13-year-olds, the 14-year-olds, I was surprised last year when I discovered that, like, for them it's normal. It's part of the normal now. Now, I'm saying, I would not say, hey, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't say, why did she do it? Why would she do it? I do not know the conditions at which she ended up doing it. The kind of nature of a relationship that she had with this guy, the trust that she put on this guy. I really do doubt that she ever anticipated that it would end where it ended. Now, there are laws in our country. Those laws were made because there were such people that are not afraid to exploit others to a point where, when things go south, not the way they want, they get on and exploit others and expose others in ways that are very, very damaging. It's very damaging. And I'll tell you why it is so damaging. It is so damaging because it affects a mother that has got children. That is possible. Maybe she also has a husband, which I doubt. But I do know that she has got family members. And I do know that we are at a time where there are so many family gatherings. And there will be weddings that a person has to attend during this season. And there could also be possibly funerals. Imagine her having to get into family functions at this particular time after such an exposure. It is so humiliating to her. She is going to have a difficulty of getting into those spaces, even though I do know that because of her position in society, it's highly possible that her family is not going to ask her, but they will be talking like at every family gathering. I guarantee you do know that our black society, we've got different standards depending on who you are. Bomiketing, you are the one that, just because you are a teacher, just because you are this person, there is extra respect that comes your way. Definitely because of her status in parliament. In her family, she must be treated somehow special. I do know that. But after seeing this, will she still get the same treatment? I came across few tweets, about 3 tweets from KB, Prince KB. You would remember that Prince KB, not so long ago, he was also exposed. And his exposure, to tell the truth, it was not judgmental. And I'll tell you why. Because number one, he is a man. Number two, his manhood was the kind that many people envy, was the kind that many people felt like, it needs to be respected. So, but still, when you read his tweets, you feel like he was ashamed, because he says he remembers his mother talking. He remembers a conversation he had with his mother, how his mother was crying over that, how how he cannot even today forgive himself for that. Imagine, is Prince KB talking? Is a man talking. The level of judgment he received for that exposure was not as bad as what this lady is getting right now. So imagine how much is this lady going to feel like. So I like that he expressed that. I love the way he expressed it. It really, like, it did touch me a lot, that okay, at least someone understands, someone that has been there understands. I really do wish she can get a chance to go through Prince KB's tweets, because I feel like they will boost her morale somehow. I really do feel like that, because Prince KB says, when I look at the Zanele Sifuba unfortunate incident, I remember being on the phone with my mother for over an hour after my dig was doing the rounds. Had never had her so disappointed. She cried throughout the call, and I haven't been able to forgive myself. Even now, Prince KB feels he has not been able to forgive himself for that. And also he says, in all the trauma Mama Zanele is going through to endure right now, her shame, guilt, and disgust for herself will first be inspired by her kids, close relatives, and other members of her family, because I am certain those are the people she's gonna have a tough time facing. And then he says, strength to her and her family, this too shall pass. And remember, the whole country would have forgotten about this by next week, ne? There will be other news to focus on, but your family are going to make you feel like you have created the worst kind, or you have committed the worst kind of a crime. You're gonna feel like you have committed an actual crime. You're gonna feel like you've killed someone. You're gonna feel like you have committed the worst crime against humanity. So I really do feel like she can come across this or these tweets to strengthen her. And I do know that she has learned her lesson, and I just hope that many of us do learn lessons from there. Lesson number one, if you're gonna send anybody nudes, please make sure you don't show your face. Even if they say, baby, let me see you, I don't see you, I want to feel like it's you, you are next to me. Don't ever be tempted. Don't ever be tempted to show your face, because really we won't sit here and tell people how to behave, how not to behave, what to do with their phones, what not to do with their phones, what to do with their bodies and what not to do with their bodies. We're not gonna do that. But just to be on the safe side, make sure that the other person, they do not have anything on you that they can say, pinpoint and say, yeah, it's you. We can always deny and say, me, never. And one other thing that I wanted to talk about is, let's make sure that, the one other thing that I would like to talk to Zanele about is, I do know that she would wish this can just pass and pass very fast. She should not take it lying down. She better use her ANC position. Is fine. This time she's allowed. That guy must be arrested. An example must be made of him. And he must be deported. Let him go and be troublesome somewhere. Not here. Let him go and be somebody else's problem in his country. Magahambe ayodla abo mama bala phela kaphuma khona. He must leave our women alone. I don't know what to say anymore. Thank you for watching up to now. Please subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me how you feel about this whole thing, but please don't be judgmental, because really I would just remove that under my comments. Please, let's try not to be judgmental. We are not gods. We are not God's cousins. We are just humans. We are. Bye bye. Thank you.